so far we've never seen Sparta as well as the Selena being taken out, which means Diggy will be a great option right here.
Yep, Diggy has been just an overall phenomenal pick for any team who is able to get their hands on them. However, their answers to it, like the Selena, potentially the Valier, might be picked up here, even though Selena has been banned out. Team SMG hovering right over that Fanny for now. I don't expect him to pick it up, but I think EVOS have prepared quite well to make sure like Raisha doesn't get out of control.
Oh yeah, I think that Raisha so far is definitely a one player that has been really dominant in lane, and if you give him any sort of advantage at all, he will trample you all across the map. But here comes Arta blocking in that Valier, and of course we've already seen so many great shows being played out for today, and the ratios have been pretty much decent. And now we're looking at a possibility of a Uranus as well as a ground combo, which means that they have a huge line of defense coming for EVOS SG.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult because, again, Uranus, no matter what offlane you pick, he would just brick wall you with his defensive style of play and strong wave player. There's just nothing much you can really do about that, so that's fine. EVOS go with a safe pick. However, they don't have the security of their carry so far. Team SMG, on the other side, they straight away go for the Claude, which means EVOS most likely will get an option of carry or Granger here.
Now, I'm going into that sort of second phase here, look at what sort of bans should they actually go for. SMG maybe want to actually take down a couple more of those sort of marksman pick. Same goes to EVOS here, which already eliminated Kimmy from playing. Well, technically, you can argue with some mage. And, of course, SMG is still looking for one for themselves. And I'm not sure whether or not if Harith is still suitable for this sort of style of play.
Maybe. I think Harith is definitely going to be more beneficial for EVOS here. I would suggest Team SMG to ban it out, unless Hold It opens that you can either get the Lunox or the Harith. One or the other would be just fine here, but it looks like they want to get rid of the Granger instead, so limiting the amount of funnelers for EVOS SG. Team SMG, on the other hand, I'm starting to question the Claude pick because I feel like it's a little preemptive against a team where, you know, you have a Grok and you have a Uranus. Carry looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, I gotta say that Carry definitely will be pretty much in a good position to actually shred off all these tankiness, but same goes to a Tamas here who can actually deal true damage, which is way better than that.
Yeah, percentage max health as well, so that's real. The more health you have, the more damage she'll be doing to you with her passive. EVOS on the other side, they see, okay, we expected to see the Thanos anyway, that's why we have the Uranus. We're going to pick the carry for ourselves, which is rather interesting because, you know, Granger is out of the picture, so they're kind of forced into that corner. They're also going to pick up the Lunox.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be pretty much a great line of defense as well as offense for them, but I'm looking at the side of EVOS here. They need a couple levels before they can actually go on for that full activation of their potential. So, of course, Fossa is going to be stacking up all these sort of damaging items as well. So it's going to take mid-game before EVOS really goes ham on towards Team SMG. While early game, I'm looking at the child here who, if in good situations, will be able to punish them if Diggy is not around.
Please don't go for the farmers. There's high losses available. Just take the high loss so you can disengage, man. Alright. Looks like they're going to go with the farmers. I feel like, you know, farmers, I really hope that Team SMG understands how to utilize farmers because, you know, farmers gives you this false sense of security whereby, oh, if you die, I'll just bring you back to life. Not noticing that you still get the EXP from the death. You still get the 300 gold from the death. So really, you're technically losing more faster. But let's see what these teams have to say to each other in this upcoming talk video.
Randomly, me and Amara this season, I feel that y'all should change your name to Wonderland this season.
Swadee EVOS SG, season lepas kamu angkat piala, season ni kamu angkat kaki.
Okay, we got a winner right here, hands down, in terms of the taunt. Of course, it goes to Team SMG. Well, water guns might not bring into effect when you're shooting, you know, tigers, but then again, if you're just going to be lifting your legs and just be sitting at home, well, might as well don't play at home. So let's go. Game number 1, Team SMG versus EVOS Singapore. We'll go straight in towards the game. And of course, this draft, so far, for Ramis to complete the lineup for SMG. You've already shared your thoughts, but I still feel like this is pretty much workable. They do have that sort of a dive composition which they can rely on, but somebody's got to make sure that Arta is safe at all times.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I don't like it, where I prefer a more defensive style of play where you're almost guaranteed to succeed if you follow the conditions, while the aggression, it kind of gives you, you have the ball, you have to take advantage of it. Looks like the River Sentinel is going to be taken away here. Oh, JPL is actually able to snag it.
Wow, just snagged it right on time as we see members of EVOS receiving a lot of all those EXP from up top all the way down below. And as for SMG, they are pretty much equal grounds for now, but where all eyes are set on towards Jago, whether or not can he actually find advantages against EVOS SG. Also, simply a little bit too much of that trade, though. A little bit concerned for him for now.
Yeah, looks like the rest of the team, EVOS is trying to be aggressive. They know that their red buff hasn't been taken up, so they're slowly rotating up there with the help of Fossa, who's going to be playing the marksman role here. It looks like it's pretty good. They're going to be able to steal this away, or at the very least get a contestation, and that's what they're going to do. The rest of SMG want to be part of this fight. They already used their initial flame shot. They take away the red buff, and Fossa is a very happy boy.
Oh, yes, indeed. And, of course, hitting level 4 already, they can actually press on the attack or just have enough pressure over the mid side here, eventually having all 4 of them crashing over the top side here will be the best scenario for EVOS SG.
Look at the way they're rotating right now as EVOS. They're kind of hovering between the 2 lanes. They haven't decided which lane they want to actually go for the dive for. Do they want to attack Thamas, or do they want to go down to the bottom side before Reisha hits 4? It's going to be a tough call here. Even if I was in EVOS' shoes, I would still consider going towards the top side because Farmus is that much of a nuisance.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of a nuisance, JPL! Oh, there we go. First blood comes out of SMG, but it will be traded back as we'll see Fossa receiving 1 takedown against Arta.
Ooh, I really thought JPL was going to survive there, but Smooth Jago is trying to get on out of there. Bambi quickly getting his darkening on. Can he actually secure this kill? Doesn't look like it. AX is taking quite a bit of damage, but with the help of Lund, he's going to Shunpo away. Doesn't want to give a free kill over to EVOS.
Well, pretty smooth moves coming in from both sides here. Still pretty much looking like a stalemate for both sides as we see them just having a little bit of a goal deficit on the side of Team SMG, but it's really not too much that they couldn't chase.
2-1 in terms of the kill ratio, but the Team SMG, this Cryo Turtle is going to be highly contested for, but is Team SMG even going to bother with the amount of distractions happening from EVOS on the other side of the map on their buff? Looks like the distraction worked, and EVOS net themselves a free turtle. No contestation.
Wow. I thought that there would be at least 1 challenge overall, but even the top lane is being opened up, and this definitely is giving more than just 1 freebie towards the side of EVOS SG.
Yep. Well, let's see how they utilize the EXP as well as the gold lead now. If you can see, Fossa level 7, the Smooth Jago's level 6. That's how we're going to keep track of it for now. But also, not to count out Oh Dear Bambi, who has been trying to look for a particular angle. Up, Soul, he doesn't really care because Uranus is annoying.
Oh, I can definitely see why he's definitely going to be knocking someone up in the air, and Smooth Jago almost falls down on the ground as we see JPL, of course, gets himself crashed right in. 1 kill for the Lunox as Bambi will be able to secure the very first one for himself. But he's trying to
they're going to force the fight? Can they force the fight? Can they not force the fight? Are you going to break the tower? Nope. All right. I mean, Oh Dear Bambi was in position. He had an ultimate ready. I think that would have been a really decent fight, but I guess they were a little scared that AX might have his way of the dragon and kick Lunox away into the tier 2 turret, if I'm correct. Yeah, tier 2 turret if he wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, I thought that they would do the same as well, but they really don't want to overcommit in that sort of instance. As we see 1 more wave crashing right in, it shouldn't be a problem for them to actually nail the finishing blow eventually. As we see Smooth Jago open up the blazing duet, and here comes Soul. Well, 2 versus 1 ain't that fair, but when you are Uranus, you will definitely be able to actually take anything hitting right at your face.
Yep, he's going to get kicked out, but look at Soul. He just does not care. Pops his ultimate. He's pulled 3 people, even 4 people, arguably. Soul is not going down anytime soon, and this is going to be a big turnaround for EVOS as well. JPL coming in with the Grok with Power Nature, as well as the wall charge. Going to secure the first kill onto Smooth Jago, but now Oh Dear Bambi has his work cut out for him. He's going to darken him 1 by 1 with the Chaos Assault.
Whoa, beautiful plays coming from JPL to actually cut them all off loose, and looking at how they actually juggle that sort of pressure hitting in towards that jungle. They managed to shut down not one, but two in the form of Arthur as well as Fujago, and rendering them with not much to begin with. And Fossa is just going to be soloing off this crowd, so they'd like to speak. And more goal for side of EVOS SG.
Yep, EVOS just outclassing SMG here so far. SMG has made a lot more mistakes, and it really has costed them with a 6k gold deficit. And now JPL coming in with the wall charge again, already with the Guardian's Barrier just to lock them down. They can't get out. Arthur is the next to fall. Raisha is a little bit of help, but luckily is over the wall. No more range, and EVOS have to back away. That's a 2 for nothing.
Oh, what a great maneuver coming from EVOS. And once again, JPL making all the plays happen instantaneously. When that wall comes up, that wall charge hit them like a truck. And now we're just waiting for that wave to come by. And JPL walks in like a boss, pulls the wave over as we see EX going in with the Wave of Dragon. And that will be that Grok fallen into pieces.
Yep, he crumbles under the pressure. Unfortunately, JPL is the biggest playmaker, but he also got caught, unfortunately. It's not too big of a deal considering how big of a lead EVOS has, 7k. Now, let's look at the items. It looks like Endless Battle has been built by Carry already here. Lunox already with Glowing Wand. Whew! That's going to be a lot of damage so far for the side of EVOS, but Team SMG, 5 masks this time around.
Yeah, and we've already got that Necklace of Endurance as well, just to try to cut a little bit of that sort of a health regain coming from Cactus as well. So that's going to be pretty much an interesting battle for the side of SMG to juggle with if they were to go on full-fledged with a 5-on-5.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with the 5 mass strat at this point of the game. Like, someone needs to be funneled at a certain point, because right now it's starting to really hurt them. Because look, the EXP lead is just so significant. Even though it's only an 8k gold lead, you shouldn't be this far behind in terms of EXP.
And we're looking at Fossa here, almost hitting into its level 14 already in the span of 7 minutes and a half. Soul might just actually get caught up, but the rest of EVOS might just be ready here for that re-engagement as JPL walks right into it. And even though there's a Way of the Dragon, look at how Soul is just unfazed because Uranus is here to stay.
Ice Queen Wand just got purchased by Arthur. Now he's going to have an additional slow on top of his pseudo CC of pushing people back. That's going to help them out a lot from disengaging from EVOS's just unlimited tyranny there, just locking them inside their base. No way to breach. JPL again, trying to make the play, trying to pick up Arthur, but they won't get him this time.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a walkover for them, and they won't be able to actually go in for much of a full commitment, and it's way too risky for side of SMG to commit into anything at all. All they have to do is clear the waves, defend it all to the best of their abilities, as we see a little bit of that sort of wave crashing towards the top side as well as bot as well.
Yeah, they got to be so careful. EVOS, on the other hand, going to slowly push out. Hopefully, might be able to make this work out for themselves. They need to break an inhibitor tower, and they have to wait another 74 seconds until the Lord spawns. But you can already see Soul. He does not care anymore. He's right in the back line for Faramis, actually having to pop the ult there. They're going to go for a full engage. JPL might be in a little bit of trouble, but his tankiness does help him out near a wall as well to get that power of nature. Immune to CC. Whew, that's going to be good enough for him to walk away.
Oh yeah, pretty much good for them to take one more tower if they have that sort of pressure. They're looking for Fossa, but it's going to be hard for them to actually commit to anything. AX may be brought down to 15%, but there's going to be a little bit of push and pull over bot side as well. Look at how disciplined EVOS Singapore is playing this out.
Oh my goodness, do you see what they are doing right now? They're even controlling that mid wave, so it synchronizes the push between top and bottom. Now, Team SMG are forced to split up to actually deal with this. Look at this. Soul already going to get a little bit of damage, but now they've split them up. Looks like EVOS isn't going to capitalize on it as the next 22 seconds into the game, Lord is going to spawn.
Yeah, we're looking at SMG without much of to actually work with here. Even Raisha have to actually fall back into safety. Dealing with Soul is definitely going to be tough, and look at him go. He's just going to be healing himself way back up, and yep, taking the tower shots as a boss, and well, this is definitely going to be a hard for Team SMG.
Yep, picking up some bad habits here from Zorn. Soul is going to slowly peel backwards. We're waiting to do this again. We all know what's going to happen. Holy Crystal actually being bought. Oh, but now Soul trying to get on out of the way of the dragon has been wasted. Soul just using that Purify walks away like nothing happened.
Yeah, all they have to do...
Oh, what? What was that damage? Oh my goodness. I thought that was a magic worship, but no magic worships from the side of EVOS. But they were able to get him. Lun really nicely dropped with the auto alarm bomb as well. Oh, double flame shots.
I just blinked an eye right there, and he just went off. Like, oh, that's definitely way too much for him to swallow right there. But now that they have the Lord in the hands of EVOS SG, and all they have to do is just have plus a one-man over on the side of the Lord, and they're just going to be pushing it time and time again. They don't really need to worry about all too much, because this game, if SMG does not force a fight, this is over.
Yep, now check out the way EVOS is handling the minions here. They're not pushing it whatsoever. They're allowing Team SMG to walk out a little bit, and when they do, they will punish, but they need to synchronize that bottom wave, and it looks like Soul didn't actually clear it up in time. They've got two big pushing waves. Lord coming in from the middle, and on the top side, Lord empowered minions, but it looks like EVOS is making the decision, okay, we're going to end it here and now.
Oh, it might just be it, and that's going to be a knockup over on a Soul.
Oh!
And right in towards the middle as we see Lewis receive a killing spree, and now 2 goes down, but DPL is out as well. Raja trying to actually force this one out, as we see the rest of EVOS forced to actually fall back as they are down to pretty much dangerous health, and the Blazing Duet will be popped here, but AX is getting caught up, but this will be more than enough for EVOS SG.
Yeah, and now they're going to force it out. Soul still being the distraction for the team just yet. One casualty for the side of EVOS. Not too bad from Team SMG. They only lose an inhibitor turret. This is going to buy them a little bit more time to hopefully scale into this game. Unfortunately, EVOS has failed to close out this particular game.
EVOS so far has been doing pretty much all the right moves so far. It's just that Team SMG has been defending their lives out of this game. But, you know, with so much of that sort of pressure mounting over the side of SMG, they're losing way too much. There's only one more tower left, and eventually they have to fight for that second Lord.
Yep, and we can already see here that Fossa actually going over with the new build with the Rose Gold Meteor, Endless Battle Rose Gold Meteor into the Winds of Nature on top of his final item, which is the Corrosive Scythe, just to get the added slow to not allow Team SMG to walk away from any kind of situation. One more inhibitor turret that they have to destroy. However, the wave is not in a good position. They might have to synchronize it with the next pushing one.
Yeah, we're looking at Fossa here forcing a little bit of that wave to be chunked out over a bomb side, as we see Bambi slowly escorting that bot side wave to actually arrive, and this is where things might just end in a couple moments from now. Uranus already pushing for the top side as well, so just buying a little bit of that attention as they will have all 5 members committing towards the bot lane.
This is going to be a tough fight. AX is trying his best, but he's getting zoned out entirely. Artha on the other side getting a bit of a stun, but Soul needs to absorb more pressure. The rest of EVOS here don't have a wave to work with, and it looks like SMG understand that the wave clear is more important than trying to start a fight. Oh, Artha! 2! It literally just took 2 flame shots, and he instantly died. That's going to put them in a significant man disadvantage as EVOS looking to close out this game.
And now EVOS now finding that final wave to actually knock on the doors of Team SMG. Smooth Taker will be actually pushing them all the way back. Pack is bringing out the wave as well, as he will fall prey to EVOS SG. The Tigers on the march as they want to take a bite in towards the very first game, and AX just trying to actually do as much as he can, but this game might just be over in another few more seconds from now, and EVOS SG takes game 1.
Woo, what a game 1 that was. EVOS kind of struggled to end that game a little bit. It does show, you know, the veterans what they have to show for. Complete butthole of a pick. I absolutely hate Uranus.
Oh yeah, I mean, even in those sort of classic games or ranked games that you mean, it's just so hard to actually deal with. It's whether you built like a massive penetration or armor penetration. This guy just runs people over, like
just eats it all up.
Yeah,
just way up there. Just way up there. Ah, really frustrating. But it also kind of speaks heaps about the current state of the offlane. I'm a personal offlane player, so when I see Uranus, I know something is up, and more defensive style and wave clearing is going to come into play. And it just means that every other offlaner has kind of lost its edge.
Yeah, but then again, I think that the Tavis is definitely one of the heavy contenders when you have that sort of Uranus available, so that he can still, you know, throw in some lava and you just force him aside in this early game, but mid game is definitely that trouble. But they got that high loss, they got Esmeralda. Woo.
That is fast. Really, really fast picks here. The Par wants to come in. They get the Esmeralda as well as the high loss to actually hard engage onto EVOS. They have a way. However, the Valier is still open, so I'm not so sure how hard of an engage this is going to be. Plus, they have Diggy, so I kind of feel like EVOS has trumped Team SMG in terms of compositions alone if they follow the traditional pathing of fighting front to front. Team SMG has to somehow bait out Diggy's ultimate while still being able to hard engage them. And that's a tough task.
Oh yeah, definitely a tough task. But oh, speaking of tasks, we have Zaps taking out all these difficult tasks here. But of course, they've already found one win. And what I'm seeing right here is that EVOS wants to force fights. They want to make sure that if I'm taking the tower, you gotta respond. If you are finding a way to split push, you need to still deal with the rest of EVOS.
Yeah, I think Sauce puts a big threat when it comes to your neutral your own structures on your base. He's able to chunk them down really, really fast, single-handedly as well. But with a couple of items, he just becomes an absolute monster. And I think with that as a threat, Team SMG have to be extra active, looking to hit EVOS in every angle possible.
Yeah, and even if, let's say, Team SMG wants to commit to that fight, they gotta find a way to penetrate through some of all these heavy frontliners that they have. But it's time for us to find out, can Team SMG make the cut to defeat the defending champions right here? Of course, a couple of games that EVOS SGF played out might have resulted in unfavorable positions for them. But, you know, the defending champions are humans after all. They're definitely having things that they might be able to actually find a way to fix. But right now, Team SMG have a different approach to this game. And when was the last time did we see an Esmeralda being played out?
Ages ago, like a really, really long time ago. But I don't think Esmeralda here, even though the idea is good, where it's like, oh, they got a bunch of shields. The Diggy gives a shield, you know, Claude with Blazing Duet. I can absorb like all of it. It is a good idea. However, I would have liked to see the Valier here, but JPL is in trouble. Raisha just runs him down. Wow.
Well, he thinks that he can actually escape with the flicker, but Raisha wants to commit to that first blood and now looking for the second kill as well. That's going to be Lin coming from the back, and they are going on a chase, but how much can he commit? But the rest of SMG have just arrived to see.
What is going on here? This is a bit of a fiesta, I'm not going to lie. It looks like Oh Dear Bambi is going to be the next to fall. Poor execution on the side of EVOS with a comp that requires you to be active in taking out the structures. They're trying their very best here, but now with the bounce ball for JPL. However, Granger in the backline, Smooth Jago here to save the day and disengage them. A great abyssal arrow, but JPL is one big boy.
Oh my goodness, just look at how SMG just fights them back. And they got 4 kills in the process. And we've already seen how much of that commitment came out of the members of EVOS. They were definitely having no more options to actually trade against SMG up to the top win.
This is pretty exciting here because now EVOS has to play from a little bit behind. Look at Soul. He is doing a great Uranus trick where he's actually proxying the wave. He's not going too deep, but on the other side, Namos is doing the exact same thing. The question is, what can they steal after that? Soul actually misses one of the waves from the mid side, so again, not going to be as effective so far.
Yeah, I guess like EVOS really wants to actually play a couple of map control, and speaking of which, they managed to actually spot out Artha, but Artha's definitely not giving him enough of that leeway. A couple of arrows have been shot, but that's not going to be meaning all too much. If you were to land the Abyssal Arrow on that Kufra,
I think even if you did land the Abyssal Arrow on the Kufra, like Kufra wouldn't die, I'm assuming, but then there is... I'm not entirely sure how much damage you can actually get, but it really depends on how far the flame shot is for the extra AP ratios coming in from AX. But, you know, that's just speculation. The SMG really taking advantage of this. They're under-leveled. They're sacrificing their top side. However, they're only getting a buff back. That might be a bit questionable from the side of Team SMG.
Yeah, I'm really wondering because they got themselves a really strong lead, and they are not using that to full effect, and that pretty much concerns me for a little bit, or kind of ticks me off. I really must say, as we look in towards the corner where EVOS is just something buffs and just camps, but this is going to be a little bit of a contest over a river on the top side.
Yeah, and now Cryo Turtle is going to be the point of contention for both of these teams. Soul, once again, stealing away the buff and being annoying. This is a 4v5 situation in favor of Team SMG, with all 5 of their members relatively nearby, while EVOS, again, Uranus doesn't really do much in the fight, so he might as well proxy every wave.
Oh yeah, that's what he possibly can do for the current time being before he becomes a hyper mid shield in towards the mid game. But here comes a little bit of that push and pull of the Cryo Turtle, and that will be Soul finding a way to actually commit against SMG from the back.
Yep, he goes all the way in. Yep, he's going all the way in. Smooth is already stunned up a little bit more. Really nicely done coming in from Oh Dear Bambi. Controlling the perimeter so far. That's going to be 2 free kills going over to EVOS out of the mispositioning of Team SMG.
Oh my, Arta dealing with a 1 versus 1 situation, and this definitely leaves that total up for grabs for EVOS. And now they have evened things out. Look at the goal, and EVOS is now back in the lead.
Yep, and EVOS once again playing from behind really nicely, turning it around by the Cryo Turtle, and now they're going to have to abuse Zas to take all the tier 1s. We know which is the next one. They're going for this bottom one. Reisha with a big shield isn't going to make it out of this alive if he doesn't flicker on out of there to breathe. Ooh, boy, EVOS is just holding pressure. Ooh, AX, great flame shot.
I really love how they juggle off the pressure as if it was spec stuff. Thus, on their shoulders, like, oh man, I've seen this episode before, and they knew that they need to force that flicker away. Now Raja has to fully commit to that engage, or just fight to his death. Look at a 1v1 happening over the top side here, which will not result too much, as Soul will just regen.
Yep, he's going to be healing all the way through. They're going to jump away. Claude, once again, Fossa needs to get to critical mass. He's going to take a little bit more time here. However, he is right on track at 5 minutes into the game. 4-3 is the score. Next turret has been destroyed on the bottom side. Calamity Reaper bought by Raisha. Hopefully that power spike is enough to win the next fight.
Might just be able to do so right here as we see Arta still contesting for that buff. As we see a little bit of dancing in the jungle, Arta is just trying to push them all the way back, and EVOS SG successfully takes that red buff away.
Yeah, this is a very interesting situation for Team SMG. Oh no, Arta is going to be going down even with Glorious Pathway.
Whoa.
Oh, he's got enough movement speed to actually make it out of there. Fossa was a little late, but the Battle Mirror Image and the Blazing Duet, they actually survived. Team SMG get a little lucky there.
Oh my, I'm looking at how they actually control the tempo. That's going to be heavy hitting. Hackers might just actually commit into this fight here. Big Tyrant's Rage over on the side of Arta as EVOS managed to crush down 2 members off of the side of Team SMG. They're still diving right through as we have Soul soaking all the damage while they take in the very first mid lane tower as we speak.
Great Abyssal Arrow, however, it did give them a false sense of, we can actually win this fight, when honestly, it was tough, because remember, JPL is a huge wall to get by. That bouncing ball stops any kind of mobility skills from Team SMG. So the Rondo is useless. Tychus can't jump in with the Thamos. AX can't go for the dive in the Abyssal form, and the same thing can be said about Raisha with the ultimate.
Yeah, and, he was actually in the right place at the right time where JPL just managed to hold them right there and then. But we're looking at a little bit of trading of the turret from the bottom side all the way up top as we see, of course, 1-to-1 ratio for the side of EVOS as well as SMG. But Arta's up to something as well.
Yep, they're going straight in. The Glorious Pathway has been put down. JPL trying to zone out Raisha, making sure they can't get in. Smooth Jago is under a lot of fire from Fossa's Claude. It's going to disengage the fight almost immediately because Smooth, the moment he goes down, Team SMG won't be able to win that fight.
Yeah, and we're looking at SMG here, still trying to actually recuperate from some of all these sort of forced engagements coming in from the side of EVOS SG, and we're already seeing another wave all stacking up towards the bot side where Oh Dear Bambi is ready to actually push down this wave. But here comes Raisha though. Raisha is just marching all over the corner here. JPL is going to commit to his attack, and here comes that team fight that we're looking for.
Yep, and Arta going straight in. Oh no, Arta's in. Oh, he dodges the first flame shot, and he gets hit by the second. He survives with 1 HP. Again, that Ring of Order, that Ring of Punishment was able to pull him through. Coming in with a Death Sonata. Bottom lane tier 2 is destroyed. EVOS as well as SMG come out with no casualties, but EVOS very clearly won that fight.
We can see how well they actually timed the engagements, and now Arta forcing their way back in towards the mid lane as well. He's getting pulled back, and he gets choked out by Zas. As we can see, all his minions are just crashing right through. and EVOS SG will find this 5 versus 4 scenario.
Oh, it's tough. However, there is no wave for the side of EVOS. They can either go top or wait for the mid wave to actually start crashing in. But let's look at a look at the items so far. I think SMG is also going for the 5. No, not this time. They're not going for the 5 masks. They've got 3 masks. They want to funnel the gold into Reisha as well as Smooth.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good choice for them. But how long will it take before he gets activated to try to take down the likes of Soul as well as JPL? Because they have been causing so much of all these sort of disruptions inside of all these team fights. And speaking of which, Arta being pulled back.
Yep, and this time Arta, is he going to make it out? Yes, he does have the glorious pathway to keep himself alive. He's going to eat that last auto alarm bomb. But so far, EVOS creating a very strong perimeter that Team SMG haven't been able to find the angle to engage on. And this is what I was kind of talking about here, that Team SMG, basically, team fights is going to be extra difficult because of the way EVOS drafted. That composition alone is going to tell Team SMG, hey, if you take a front battle, we're probably going to win.
Oh, yes, indeed. And we're speaking about a battle that might just actually erupt right here over the top side, but they just gave them so much of the respect. And, well, that's one more tower gone. And EVOS SG is just going on a rinse and repeat. All they have to do is just summon all these sort of aliens ontowards this lane, and that goes one more tower down.
Yeah, the Nightmare spawn coming in from Oh Dear Bambi is doing a lot of work. I can't wait to see the stats later on to see how much structural damage he was able to put into them in general. Because if we see somebody else with higher structural damage, it's like, what's the point of Zax then? Oh, wait, Soul, he's taking quite a bit of damage here, but he's able to walk on up because Uranus is a big boy.
Oh, yeah, really, really big boy right there. And even more of all these players were trying to penetrate in towards this line of defense coming from the side of EVOS SG. It proves to be nothing of a problem for the side of Soul to just take the hits right there.
And Alfosa coming in with a very strong wave clear, using the ultimate as well to try and secure that. However, the wave clear coming in from SMG, now that they hit the 27K mark, means that their wave clear is not too bad and very comparable to EVOS.
Oh, yes, indeed. And now one shot connects over the side of Soul, and okay, let's not deal with Uranus anymore. Just let him free, but they still get a little bit disrupted because there is a huge wave crashing towards the top side as well. 5 to 6, although the kill ratios are not that high, we just see absolute lane dominance coming in from EVOS.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Soul already. Soul is just absorbing all the damage. Uranus is so thick overall, but let's see whether EVOS is going to be able, whether Team SMG is able to contest EVOS for this Lord. Looks like they can't even get out of their base.
Yeah.
JPL going to be A-OK, flickering over the wall. Really nicely done by JPL.
Yeah, they're just buying enough time for the rest of them to finish what they needed, and with this sort of a Lord assisting them towards taking down either top side of waves or any sort of weakened tower structures, that's just going to be opening opportunities for EVOS SG to eventually find a way to actually trade this one off. But maybe, just maybe, if Team SMG can find Vossa, take him down alongside with Bambi, then the rest might be rendered useless. Like, that's the main point where all they have to do is take off these two main carries, and they're definitely set to maybe set up a way for a comeback. Maybe,
but it's going to be tough because the only target that they have to get is really Fossa, because Oh Dear Bambi can use the Nightmare, hop inside the Nightmare spawn with Zast's ability just to buy extra time. So a lot of the damage from Team SMG has to be on Fossa here. Soul going straight in, but a very big blazing duet coming in from Fossa. Battle Mirror Image used very aggressively to get right in front. And now Arta coming in with a big re-engagement, coming in with a glorious pathway. Smooth is trying to take care of the Lord. However, the rest of the team can't do anything. JPL secures a kill with the Tyrant's Rain. The bouncing ball just to rub salt into the wound. Fossa going to take out that last mid inhibitor turret and rejoining the fight. It's a 2-for-2 trade with Lord already been taken down. Team SMG continue to hold on.
Oh my goodness, Soul is still surviving. He's just bringing all the pressure towards his side while we see Fossa trying to actually end the game. He's actually going in a 1 versus 4 and EX shuts him. But the game will still be sealed by EVOS Singapore, and they are on a 2-0-3.
That was a tight game. Even though EVOS did have a little bit of lead there, SMG put one hell of a fight.
Oh yes indeed.